Hello everyone, assalamu alaikum and welcome to my video. So for this video, I'm really excited to review this product. It is the Keep Smiling 36 watercolor set. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people reviewing watercolors, of people painting with watercolors, of people teaching watercolors, and I always see that most of them use these tiny little pans and their paint quality is just out of the world. It's beautiful. I love it. It's wonderful. They have all these beautiful colors and I can never find it in my region. Literally, watercolors from where I am in Bangladesh come in tubes or in these cake formats, which are meant more for craft or for children, but I don't really see the whole pan watercolor set. So I was exceedingly excited to be using the Keep Smiling pan watercolor set. A little bit of background information: Keep Smiling is a Chinese brand. It is a brand that creates a lot of art supplies. I have mentioned Keep Smiling before in my gouache video, where I mentioned my Keep Smiling watercolor brushes, and they seem to be they seem fine, they seem well, they worked with my gouache, and I haven't used any other products from this brand, but I saw this, I got really excited, I closed my eyes, I was like, I need to have this, and I need to make a review. And you know what, here it is. So I open it up and the colors are beautiful. Oh my goodness, they have these beautiful ranges of colors. They have all these beautiful blues, greens, everything in between. There are all these purples, and then there is pink. The swatches turned out fine. Some of the colors were a little bit opaque and patchy. Watercolors are a transparent medium. This is why the line that I have drawn on the swatches, they're supposed to be transparent. The bit more transparent it is, the better quality it is. At least that is how you usually judge watercolors. Not all paints are the most transparent. Some pigments are more transparent than the other. That's fine, but some pigments here were really opaque. Testing out gradient wise, it was fine. It bloomed fine and it lifted all right. It was fine. I mean, you can't really tell using it in this particular way, so it's whatever. And then I started painting with it, and I'm not really sure what happened, because as soon as I started painting with these colors, I felt like I didn't know how to paint with watercolors. Just take a look at this particular painting. The wash is so patchy. Like, the one on the left looks fine, but the one on the right, I'm not really sure what happened or why it's so patchy, but that's how it looks, and that kind of freaked me out a little, because at this point I'm blaming myself. Like, look, this is a great watercolor. It's not the cheapest one out there. The paint selection is great. It comes in tiny little pans. It's supposed to be good quality, right? At least I thought so. And I just thought, you know what, maybe I forgot how to paint. Anyway, so I painted with it. I finished the painting. It didn't come out the way I liked. It didn't come out the way I wanted, because the entire thing looked very patchy and very blah. Like, there's no life to the paintings. I don't know how to explain it. And so what I did after that is I took out my Camel watercolors. Those are basically the standard artist grade watercolors available in our region, like Bangladesh, India, all these other regions, and it's really cheap. I have the cheapest one. I have the blue box, the set of 12 colors that come in 5 ml tubes, and the qualities are great. I really love using it. And then I created basically a comparison of the same painting side by side. The one on the left is Camel, the one on the right is Keep Smiling, and oh my god, immediately from the first wash I noticed that the paints from the Camel watercolor set just melt together. It's beautiful, it's bright. I'm not gonna explain it to you. You know what, just see it, just look at it, just look at it. I mean, what's happening? And then cut to the scene for the Keep Smiling watercolors. I'm not gonna tell you guys, you be the best judge what is happening here. It's just, I don't know what's happening. You see it for yourself. Yeah. Anyway, I finished the painting, and this is what the finished painting looks like. Honestly, even while I was painting, you have to take into note that when you are painting using these paints, if you're not comfortable using certain paints, maybe you need to switch. That's what I felt like when I was using the Keep Smiling paints, because it just wouldn't do what I wanted to do. I kept building layers upon layers upon layers, but it just wasn't working. It all looked like one layer in the end. Whereas compared to the Keep Smiling one, it did have layers. Like when I was doing a single layer, the colors melted into each other, and it still accepted more definition on the next layer over that. Like, just, you be the best judge. Look at it. There's more depth. The darker parts are darker, and then the lighter parts are lighter, and it looks like a three-dimensional work of art, whereas the Keep Smiling one just looks very amateur. I mean, I'm not professional. I'm not this. I just do this as a hobby, but it didn't look. It looked very rookie. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess, if that makes any sense. And the colors just didn't want to mix with each other, because when they did, they just turned out to be very muddy, and that's not what watercolors are supposed to do. They're supposed to blend together, and they're just supposed to look beautiful and amazing, and that's not what it did. I took a poll on Instagram, and then I asked a lot of my people who were following my account, what they preferred, and I made that anonymous. Most people preferred the one on the left, which is the Keep Smiling watercolor, and I completely understand. From an aesthetic point of view, it does look better, even though I did the exact same thing with the two. So honestly, I'm very disappointed. So this is the one last painting that I did. If you're still watching this, this is the last painting that I did with the Keep Smiling watercolor, and I use literally as little paint as I can, because I noticed you can't really mix the paints together. It creates a very muddy feeling. This is what happens when the paint is very low quality. That means you have more filler than pigment in your paints, and it turns out to be chalky. Higher quality watercolors have more pigment, and that's why they create these beautiful transparent washes. And the painting looked fine in the end, because I guess I tried very hard with it, and I tried to make it look good. It looked fine to me, but I know that while I was painting it, I didn't exactly feel that great about it. I'll put a link down below of the place where I got my Keep Smiling watercolor set, and you can check it out, the price and everything, in the description box for this video. So finally, who would I recommend these paints to? No one. Seriously, don't buy these. I mean, I'm not really sure how to explain it to you, but if you're paying a certain amount of money and the quality is crap and there's nothing you can do about it, maybe you shouldn't get it. I mean, I know they come in little tiny little pans, and then I can make them look all pretty on Instagram. Like, hey, here's my painting. Here's 3 little pans with the same color scheme, and it looks amazing. Doesn't it look so cute? I have these pans that the other YouTubers have, but seriously, don't buy these paints. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you want to. If you don't, it's fine. No hard feelings. It's cool. That's all for me, folks. Bye.